Hello, welcome to the October update. Blimey, this year's going quickly. We are not in the field, which is why it's daylight, as it's the weekend. And just have Lola and Bailey doing a bit of a longer walk, which is a bit much for Darcy these days. She's still up and down. So while she's fine pottering around the fields, I don't like taking her on a long walk where she might get stuck halfway. Partly for her and partly because I don't fancy carrying a Labrador for 2 miles to come back again. So what's been going on? Wanderer 9 finally out. Had some really positive feedback. It seems like it's gone down well, that the people have enjoyed how the arc of books 7, 8 and 9 are going, which is really nice to know. I had me worried, I have to admit, until I start getting more and more positive feedback, so that's really good. If you have read it and you're able to leave a review, that would be amazing. It's only got a couple so far, or I had a few days ago, and they really are important. Even just a rating, but a review is even better. We'll try and remember to put a link in so it's easy to do that. One question that came up actually was how to pronounce one of the main characters' names. First of all, we have Tarkus, which wasn't the one that was asked for, so that's Tarkus. I see that as Tarkus, but of course if you have something different in your mind, that's absolutely fine. And the other main character is Kyra. I kind of think it's a bit like Cairo, but with an A on the end, and of course the English language being what it is, it starts with a K instead of a C. But yeah, Kyra is how it is in my head, at least. What else is going on? So Wanderer 10, I started on. I've got quite a lot of the outline, but I'm running into the problem that after 9 books, I can't actually remember exactly what some of the rules of the universe are. I have got something of a knowledge base, but I didn't start it right at the beginning. And we're also doing the Tigral series, which has different restrictions and different abilities, and also the Hellfire series, and then lots of different short story series as well. I realised I was writing things in for the plots and thinking, is that actually possible in this universe, or does that restriction really exist? Have I broken that somewhere else? So right now I am starting with Wanderer's Escape, reading through. I'm going to read through the whole series and finally put all that together properly, and then I'll be able to get on with Wanderer 10. So it's going to be a little bit longer to get started on it fully than I'd planned, but I think this is part of the reason I found the plotting a bit harder as well. I've also realised, as I have before, that over plotting kills the story pretty quickly for me. More this time I was doing the right level of plotting, but using a special plotting tool, which is amazing, and if you want to plot in that way would be great, but it just isn't right for me. So I've actually found all I needed was Excel, and a few cells along, and then running down and color coding it according to which character, and that's working much better. But as I say, there was just certain things. Can this be done, or is it right to say this can't be? So that's underway. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to start on anything else major. It depends on how long this takes me. It's a long series. I think it's 1.1 million words currently. And I do even want to go back through and do Wanderer 9 as well. I want to make sure I've read through it all and taken those notes out, so there's nothing that I've missed. So it's possible I might do Tigral 3, make a start on Tigral 3, because that one I do have a fairly firm grasp on what is and isn't possible in the universe. It's quite a lot simpler in terms of the main thing is the travel through the Tigral. Other than that, there's nothing spectacularly special in terms of what people can do. So that might be what I work on, or I may just work on more short stories for a while. Talking about that, so Sci-Fi Shorts we have Everything Has a Price that's come out. That's a sci-fi story. It's about, funnily enough, it's about intelligent spaceships. I seem to have a theme there. It's a fun one. I really enjoyed it. It's slightly riffing off of an old Arthur C. Clarke story, but in that case it was intelligent cars, not intelligent spaceships, but it's definitely around that area. Agatha Blunt, I would include a link with the newsletter, and try and put a link on everywhere else as well, so you can get the full version of the first story of Agatha Blunt now. What that is the first in a series of stories that will only be available certainly for a year or so or more, if for anyone who backs me on Patreon. And she's a very unreliable old lady telling her stories in a nursing home. Clearly can't possibly be true because she's talking about space travel, except maybe they are, as will become clear as time goes on. It's really, really good fun. I've had great fun writing them. I think it's 13 stories now, and so the first one is going to be available for everyone. The next two have already been released for those who are on Patreon, and there'll be one more every month. And in talking of Patreon, as well as getting those, you get every sci-fi short story early, so as soon as it's ready to be published, which sometimes will be 4 or 5 months before it's actually out, you can get to read it. You also get every new book that I do. First of all, you'll get a version about the same time as the advanced readers, so that is well ahead of when you could otherwise get it, and you will get it for free as well, the final version, a week before it's available to buy anywhere. So it's another way of doing it. It's $5 a month, so not too much each month, especially now that I'm pricing the books at, I think I'm pricing them at $5 now. Yeah, $3.90. Was it? I can't do the numbers. I think it's $5 for each book, so it's not too much more expensive than buying 4 or 5 of my books a year if I get that many out. And you get other things like time to interact with me you get the chance to interact in the Patreon group with me if you want to. I'm going to throw in odd tidbits of inspiration and things like that over time as well, and just a bit more in terms of updates of what's going on. That's everything I've got. It's a crazily hot October day. I think it's 22, 23 degrees centigrade, so that's a good day in summer, and it's quite humid as well. But yeah, that's it. Until next time, happy reading.